O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord who displays unlimited pastimes.
Shri Shri Damodar Ashtakam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.
Did you have a CP buzz? You gonna wake up? No. Don't go back asleep. You gotta wake up, big boy. Hey. Hi. Hi. Did you have a good CPs?
Excuse me. Can you stop talking online?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize my microphone was on.
Bizarre.
It's not bizarre. My profound apologies.
Bizarre.
I'm so sorry, Mataji. I'll leave the meeting.
Jai Bihar.
Jaya Radha Madhava
Jaya Radha Madhava.
Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari.
Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari
Jaya
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Punjabi Hari.
Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari
Jaya
Jaya
Gopi
Gopinamalapa Girvaradari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yamunatira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Nachari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Shira Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Dev Jaya Guru Dev Jaya Guru Dev Jaya Guru Dev
Agora Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaur Haribo.
Nitya Gaur Haribol 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 Haribol
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Canto 10, Chapter 46, Uddhava visits Vrindavan. And today's text is 30. Huh?
40
44?
44
Yes, okay, 44. So 44 has no purport, so is
No
40. Hmm?
46 has a purport.
Yes, yes. So is
Good.
45, and 46 has a
Yep.
purport. Two sentence purport. Yes. Today, I was expecting Maharaj, Bhakti Marga Swami Maharaj to give class, so you will please excuse me if I fumble along the way. This is impromptu. So I will read 44 and 45 by myself, and then we'll read 46 together. Evam nishasa bruvator yatita nandasya Krishna nucharasya rajan gopya samutaya nirupya divan dastun samabhyarcha Daudinyamantang. While Krishna's messenger continued speaking with Nanda, the night ended, O king. The women of the cowherd village rose from bed and lighting lamps worshipped their household deities. Then they began churning the yogurt into butter. 6:45. Tadipadiparamani birhitu Varajur Vikashad Guja Kankanasrajaha Chalam Nitambasana Kundala Dvishat Polaruna Kunkumanaha Kunkuna Kunkumananaha. As they pulled on the short ropes with their bangled arms, the women of Raj shone like the splendor of their jewel, which reflected the lamp's light. Their hips, breast, and necklaces moved about, and their faces, anointed with reddish kumkum, glowed radiantly with the luster of their earrings reflecting from their cheeks. X46 together. Udgayatinam Aravindalochanam
Ujagatinam Arvindalochanam
Varanjangananam Divam Asprishadvanihi
Brajangananam Divamas Prishadwanihi
Radnascha Nirmantana Shabdamishrito
Dadnashta Sirmantana Shabdamishrita
Nirasyate Yena Disham Amangalam
Nirashite Nadishamamangalam
Udgayatinam Aravindalochanam
Udgayati Nam Arvindalochanam
Rajangananam Divam Asprishadvani
Brajanganam Divamas Prishadwanihi
Ratnascha Nirmantana Shabdamishrito
Dadnashta Sirmantana Shabdamishrita
Nirasyate Yena Disham Amangalam
Nirashite Nadishamamangalam
Udgayatinam Aravindalochanam
Udgayati Nam Arvindalochanam
Rajangananam Divam Asprishadvani
Gajankaganam Devamas Prishadwanihi
Ratnascha Nirmantana Shabdamishrito
Tatnasya Sirmantina Shabdamishrita
Nirasyate Yena Dishan Amangalam
Nirashite Nadishamamangalam Udgayati Nam Arvindalochanam Brajangananam Devamas Prishadwanihi
Rajagananam divam asparshadvadani
Tatnasya Nirmantana Shabdamishrita
Tadhanascha nirmantana sabdha misrito
Nishrayate Yena Dishamamangalam
Nirashyate yena disam amangalam.
Udayagatim Aravindalochanam
Gayatinam aravindalochanam
Prajangananam Divam Asparshat Havani
Rajagananam divam
Ascha Nirmananta Sabdani Mrishto Nishasyate Yena Disram Mangalam
Gayatinam aravindalochanam Rajagananam divam ashpradadvanihi Kandanascha nimantana sabda mishrito Yasyate yena disham amangalam.
Udgayatinam aravindalochanam Rajangananam divam asprishadvani Nascha nirmantana sabdamisrito Nirasyate yena disham amangalam.
Udgayatinam Aravindalokanam Rajanam
Gaya initam.
Rajangananam Devam Asprasad Dvani Tadnas Ka Narmatana Sabda Misrito Nirasyate Yena Disam Mangalam.
Online on the computer. Anyone would like to sing in Bloomland? Sing Sanskrit for us? No? Okay, we'll move to word for word. Udgayatinam,
Adgayatinam.
who were loudly singing.
Who were loudly singing.
Aravinda,
Aravinda.
lotuses.
Like lotuses.
Lochanam,
Lochanam.
about the Lord whose eyes.
About the lotus eyes.
Vraja Angananam,
Brajangananam.
of the women of Vraja.
Of the women of Braj.
Divam,
Divam.
the sky.
God.
Asparishat,
Asprishat.
touched.
Touched.
Vanihi,
Dvanihi.
the reverberation.
The reverberations.
Dadnaha,
Dadnaha.
of the Kurds.
Of the Kurds.
Ja,
Ja.
and
And
Nirmantana,
Nirmantana.
of the churning.
Of the churning.
Shabda,
Shabda.
with the sound.
With the sound.
Shritaha,
Mishritaha.
mixed.
Mixed.
Nirasyate,
Nirashite.
is dispelled.
Is dispelled.
Yena,
Yena.
by which.
By which.
Isham,
Disham.
of all directions.
Of all directions.
Amangalam,
Amangalam.
inauspiciousness.
The inauspiciousness.
Did I say that? Inauspicious. Translation: as the ladies of Braja loudly sang the glories of lotus-eyed Krishna, their songs, blended with the sound of their churning, ascended to the sky and dissipated all inauspiciousness in every direction. Please repeat: as the ladies of Braja
As the ladies of Braja
loudly sang the glories of lotus-eyed Krishna,
loudly sang the glories of lotus-eyed Krishna,
their songs blended with the sound of their churning,
their songs blended with the sound of their churning,
ascended to the sky
ascended to the sky,
and dissipated all inauspiciousness
and dissipated all inauspiciousness
in every direction.
in every direction.
Fourth, the gopis absorbed in thought of Krishna and were thus feeling his presence. Therefore, they could joyfully sing. Om Jnanatimiram Dasya Jnananjana Sharakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakarpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Namaste Saraswati Devi Nirvishesha Srinivas Udgayati Nam Aravindarochanam Vrajan Gananam Divam Hasprishadvani Dadnascha Nirmantana Shabdamishvito Nirasyate Yena Disham Amangalam. As the ladies of Vraja loudly sang the glories of lotus-eyed Krishna, their songs blended with the sound of their churning, ascended to the sky, and dissipated all inauspiciousness in every direction. Cling, 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 cling. We can imagine this sound comes from the bangles, so many bangles, probably 22 karat gold bangles. Yeah, are you sure? No, no golden bangles. I remember the first time and only time I went to India, in front of me there was this lady. Her forearms were covered with bangles, all 22 karat gold bangles. Maybe a dozen here and a dozen there. Maybe she had a kilogram of gold with her. And the officer, the agent there, at the, what do you call it? Customs. He was pointing, hey, blah, 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 speaking Hindi, of course, pointing to this, hey, you're importing so much gold. Probably was saying, you have to pay duties on this, all this gold. Yeah, this a ploy, you know, you're smuggling gold into the country. So what is the custom? White and red bangles. White and red too, to signify the husband and wife. So they probably had gold bangles because there's so much opulence here. I mean, they know about real economy. Maybe glass, okay, you insist. But you don't know, you weren't there. So I don't know either, but I surmise, okay, let's say they have glass and also gold, because they're not poor people. They know about real economy. Their economy is not based on something artificial, some artificial needs. So this is a scene at the end, nearing the end of this chapter. And the next chapter is a famous Song of the Bee, in which the unnamed Gopi, but we know who she is. She is speaking to this bee. Oh, don't touch me, don't touch my feet. You're the unreliable servant of an unreliable master. Say. Yes, inner madness of love. Another person that we know was absorbed in this madness of love. We have him on the altar with his arm upraised, is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have a beautiful scene here, starting with text 44 that we learned today. So the messenger, Krishna's messenger is Uddhava, speaking with Nanda, the first person he met. So the night ended. And we see this also in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, that they love to discuss Krishna Katha. It's very relishable to the devotees of Lord Krishna. There's many austerities that we should perform, that we must perform as devotees. But it's not all only about sometimes experiencing difficulties and finding it difficult to develop a higher taste. It is also relishable in its sweetness. Devotional life is also sweet. One of the sweetness of devotional life is Krishna Katha discussing. One great sweetness is kirtan, in which everybody can take part and immediately feel transcendental ecstasy. Even somebody that doesn't know anything about Krishna, or is a neophyte, or a beginner, or not even a beginner, somebody on the street, if we're having Harinam Sankirtan, I've seen many times people spontaneously joining, smiling. So we trigger smile in people. And some of them, very liberal kind of attitude, they will even take part, at least in dancing. Now they feel that the setting is okay. On their own, they would never dare start to sing and dance. Come on, people will look at them. Is she or is he crazy? But now they can act a little crazy. You can see the madness of Lord Chaitanya, the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya sometimes is absorbed in some kind of madness. He sees the ocean at Jagannath Puri and he thinks this is the Yamuna and he runs toward the ocean. So this madness is contagious, but nothing to be concerned about. It's not the madness that they will lock you up in some places and give you some feels. It is transcendental madness. Relishable type of madness. And the material madness is to run on the highway, get stuck in traffic, get to work that you probably don't like, just to earn money, and this money is enough to make you survive. This is the material madness that we want to escape. Those who are intelligent in this age of Kali will opt for the transcendental madness. Because we're in a world of illusion, so there's going to be some madness involved. You cannot avoid madness. So you choose material madness or spiritual madness. And you decided, yes, spiritual madness is the best. Wake up early, come here and dance and sing. So, okay, let's continue my train of thought. Where did I start talking about madness? Oh yeah, the devotees, they find joy in this. Thank you. So we find joy in discussing Lord Chaitanya's pastime, Lord Krishna's pastimes, and the pastimes of his devotees. Yeah. So this is a spiritual subject matter that is worthy of hearing. Srinvatam Svarkata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana. So punya. This Shravana is punya. This we learn from Srimad Bhagavatam, right in the middle of, in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, in the first canto, second chapter, entitled Divinity and Divine Service. Divinity and Divine Service is a very famous chapter because it contains so much of important verses, often quoted. This first canto was not spoken by Shukadev Goswami. Shukadev Goswami starts speaking. The second canto is answering questions of king. What should a person do who is about to die? Then he starts answering. So this is a kind of introduction given by the subsequent speakers, like Shukadev Goswami, to set the scene, to make it clear to us what is the Srimad Bhagavatam and how so much superior it is to all other literatures. It is said to be the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, also known as the Brahma Sutra. Vedanta Sutra, as we learn from Lord Chaitanya in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that the Vedanta Sutra is misused by impersonalists, and they misconstrue its meaning in one particular chapter of the Chaitanya Charitamrita concerning Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, in which he is talking for 7 days non-stop. He is wondering, why are you not saying anything? He's saying to Lord Krishna, Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. He says, your explanation is like this clouds covering the sun. Vedanta Sutra is very clear. It's self-explanatory. But your word jugglery is covering the meaning. And I reject it. I reject you. So the impersonalists, they use this Vedanta Sutra to substantiate their claim that the ultimate feature of the Absolute Truth is the impersonal Brahman, which is not the case. They have it backwards. Again, the first canto, setting the clock straight for everybody, setting them straight, is saying that there's a progression from Brahman to Paramatma and Bhagavan. But they have it backward. They think it's Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman, Supreme. And this is a very widespread misunderstanding, actually. Because it seems for some people that it's more convenient to imagine Krishna, imagine this concept of God as impersonal. Because if there is not a person, if God is not a person, then there's no really question of service then. There's no question of surrendering onto the lotus feet. If you speak of lotus feet, you speak of a person. Automatically, there's a person involved. There are lotus feet. There's no possibility of being heartbroken, like we see the gopis heartbroken through separation, because they're in love with Krishna. So some people might be afraid. They equate this spiritual life with their acquaintance, with their experience of material life. They had so many disappointments, so many instances they've been cheated. Their heart was trembled by their ex-lover dropping them like an old pair of socks, rejected in the garbage, the dustbin. They felt that they've been thrown to the dustbin by their lover. So, of course, you're traumatized by this and you want to avoid it at all costs. So there's a lack of faith in God if you're afraid that God's going to cheat you. He's never going to cheat you. And if He goes away, then it's because then you're very, very fortunate. It means that you are very elevated. You can take it. Be drowned in pools of ecstasy, like we sang this morning. He's drowning the inhabitants of Vrindavan in pools of ecstasy. That's what little Lord Damodar does. But it's nice to be drowning in ecstasy. It's okay. When there's an actual flood and people are drowning, it's terrible. Not nice. So whatever is of a spiritual nature, even drowning, can be highly, highly desirable and enjoyable. Because it's enacted on the spiritual platform. So we have to be careful not to take as a reference point our unhappy experiences we had so far, to try to understand spiritual life. Spiritual life should be understood in parampara, disciplic succession from a bona fide spiritual master. He will explain to us. He will give us the acceptable, correct, intended translation for the Sanskrit. And he will not cover the meaning to further his own agenda, which would be to take us astray from surrendering to Krishna. So this is the first sentence here. While Krishna's messenger continued speaking with Nanda, the night ended, O king. So we learned that all night they were enjoying, the whole night enjoying this Krishna Katha. We cannot speak really a whole night of material subject matter. People will fall asleep. Even the speaker would probably run out of things to say. If you speak about how to build like an engine for a plane, the turbo engine, it's very complex. You could probably speak for days, but could you really maintain attention from the audience describing this? Probably not. It's not so sweet and interesting. But talking about Krishna's pastimes, his qualities, his different names, his interaction of love with his devotees, those who are dear to him, close to him, intimately close to him, then there's something that is very relishable. And certainly something that we can talk for many hours, even the whole night. This also happened in Chaitanya Lila. He would meet, and sometimes we are privy to what they're discussing, but most of the time not, because there's so much for Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami to discuss that he is just saying very briefly, so many hours they had discussion. Just in one verse, they say, so it would be interesting. We see that it's unlimited. Like just one verse of the Chaitanya Charitamrita could be expanded on as the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita itself. Thousands of verses we could say about just one verse. Yeah. There was this kind of secret meeting he had with Lord Shiva and Parvati, Lord Chaitanya. We don't know what they discussed. Would be interesting to know. But at least we have some glimpse of what they discussed, because we had some long discussion, especially one very memorable is with Ramananda Rai when he was touring South India. Beautiful discussion, asking Ramananda Rai so many questions. It is so very sweet, their relationship. Now we can learn from this the depth of spiritual relationship versus material relationship in this material world. Relationships are mostly based on people trying to extract some profit from it, some manipulative behavior, duplicity, lack of straightforwardness, lack of truthfulness. But on the spiritual platform with the devotees, advanced devotees, they deal with each other with great respect, humility, kindness, gentleness. They are very gentle. They're true gentlemen. Devotees are true gentlemen. And even if they don't speak, just by their behavior, just by their presence, just by their aura, their energy, their purity, they can influence others. When you're truly devoted to Lord Krishna and respectful of other devotees, people can actually be changed. You can actually enact a change in your surrounding, in the subtle energies of your surrounding. It becomes more calm. People are influenced. Even if you don't say a single word, you can actually influence people. The women of the Kari village rose from bed and lighting lamps worship their household deities. So they have maybe little Gopal at home. Laddu Gopal. They have their little Laddu Gopal. Huh? It's so cute. Mm. Lagu and Laddu. Lagu for Laddu. Huh? Light. Huh? Then they began churning yogurt into the butter. So first they wake up, they offer light, like we do. Now it's at the month of Damodar, we do this here now. Come and join us, offer a light to Lord Krishna. So easy to perform devotional service. You don't have to go to the Himalayas and stand in a cave, perform severe. You come to South Burnaby on Marine Drive. Lord Krishna is here. And you can offer him a lamp. It's very simple, very cute, from your heart. Try to put your heart into it. Not just the hand, but the heart. The heart, the hand, the heart guiding the hand. Hmm? Then they began churning the yogurt into butter. It's all ahimsa milk, so it's okay. You can have. Even if you're a vegan, you can have. As they pulled on the churning ropes with their bangled arms. Ching, 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 ching. That's why I started with saying ching, 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 ching. Because then you can imagine all the sound coming from this very auspicious sound, very beautiful, purifying. If we were just to hear the bangles of these clashing against each other, we would fall on the ground, crying. It is so special. It is not like the banging of any old bangle. It is very special. Just this in itself, if you can attain this perfection of through your meditation of hearing the bangles, you're pretty certain of going back to God. Just hearing the bangles. This is Shabda Brahman. It is the conclusion of all the Vedas. It is spiritual sound vibration. If you can access this sound, wow, you are worshipable. I take the dust of your lotus feet on my head. It is no ordinary thing. Just this, just the sound of the bangles. Try to imagine. And I say this because it is very, very true. I've seen one young person, a young girl, a devotee girl, born in a devotee family. And I was sitting in the corner there with the yogas, and she came. She was kind of skipping, kind of dancing, and running at the same time. And it was very, very special. One of the most special moments of my entire life. Yes, because I could see she had some spiritual energy in her, and it's like she was enacting a pastime in the spiritual world. I was actually seeing someone from Vaikuntha now. Yeah.
It says there's three major manifestations by hearing a sound that appears to be material, but that is spiritual. The first one is the sound of the flute, and actually the first one is the sound of the ankle bells. Then the sound of, so this is exactly correct that ankle bells can provoke that what you heard. So this is absolutely correct. That is the first. So beautiful, beautiful Pramana.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. See, the direct perception that Krishna speaks about the Bhagavad Gita is directly perceived. No, this supreme dharma, right? Real religion. It is joyfully performed. It is directly perceived. It is not subject to your. It is directly perceived by your heart. You feel it. You feel it deep down inside. This is not something that you put on a scale and weigh.
And you can research it online. You will
Yeah.
find evidence.
Mhm.
It's searchable.
So sometimes Krishna will give you some mercy in this way, give you a little glimpse of the spiritual energy. So truly, everything is massively beyond our wildest imagination in the spiritual world. Nothing is boring there. It's every little detail is just full of varieties and beautiful. We go into a sensory overload. That's why I would say we would faint, we would cry, we would fall on the ground. Because like Lord Chaitanya did when he was experiencing those emotions, because they are overpowering.
Ecstatic evidence is death, as you know. That's the most ecstatic symptom is to die. So
Enter samadhi.
getting very close. Ecstatic symptom.
Yeah. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was really concerned about Lord Chaitanya when he fainted in the Jagannath temple. No, the chokidar was going to beat him up. He said, no. And he took him home. And he was very concerned. He couldn't see any breathing. So he took a little cotton swab, put by his nostril, and there was a faint movement. So he could see he was still breathing, but he was just like dead.
Since I have to run away in a few minutes, can I make a small comment on
Please do so.
saying? You were saying that the Vedantins turned everything around. They say first, you can do Bhagavan and Paramama. But no, they say Brahman is first. See. But, actually the Vedanta is like this. Brahman is the supreme deity. It is we who turn it around. They said not only in the Puranas, but especially in the Gaudiya mission, that we turned it around. At least admit that, we turned it around and we made it personal. Srimati Radharani was never heard of till very recently. So it's so beautiful that our Sampradaya has revealed it by inverting it. Can you please at least that much?
Okay.
The Vedas, there's no Radha and Krishna, please.
But still, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that by all the Vedas, I am to be known.
Saying, but that's not spoken in the Vedas. That's spoken in Mahabharata.
Upanishad.
The
Well,
Mahabharata.
we call the Bhagavad Gita Gita Upanishad.
Gita is part of the Mahabharata. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, of course.
Mahabharata.
The fifth Veda, they say.
Anyhow, you know my point. Okay, thank you. That's why we are Bhakti Vedanta and we have that adjective to adjust it.
9:07. It's already past. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you said about
Yeah.
cheating.
What?
That you will
Yeah.
never, because Krishna is never cheat. But he's saying in Bhagavad Gita, he's the best cheater.
Yeah. He's the
Well,
cheat.
really focus on, what
Well, he's
kind
the best at everything. He cannot be left out. But in the sense that he's not going to be untruthful to you, he's not going to let you down.
No, I mean, he's saying that he's the most
Yeah.
cheater. So
Yeah, he can cheat also. You're not going to beat him at cheating. If you try to cheat him, he will cheat you.
well, no, it is him.
If you,
And about relationships, you said about oh my God, like recently, it's time to time. I also watching the Prabhupada memories of disciple, how they have relationship with pure devotee, like Srila Prabhupada. It's like also like perfection. Yeah, of course, perfection is to have relation with Krishna, but if we're not on this level, then how manifesting relationship devotees relationship with pure devotee like Prabhupada and his disciple. That's a wonderful thing also.
it can be very challenging if you are to associate with a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. People were intimidated sometimes, yes, by his severity, his presence is it could be also very intense.
I'm saying about relationship, you building relationship with pure devotee, not as a guru who teach you, but relationship as a guru in sense of spiritual, you know like yeah, guru, but also there is something more. There is instructions from guru, but it's also relationship, like
Yeah,
spiritual friendship, or
right, right.
father, or like
A friend.
father, and any even mother.
Yeah, he could.
Like
No, he could. He was expert at understanding the capacity of
he gives
everybody. He couldn't engage people according to their capacity.
someone what he needs, or what level.
But very few could take advantage and be close to him.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Some people would prefer to be in the background a little bit, not so much in the forefront. It was just reserved for the big guns, so to speak, or those who joined early had access directly to him. It's very sweet, special time. And then as the society grew, it was less and less likely that you would have direct association. But still, we all have, through his book, said I will live through my book, so you can still have relationship with Srila.
if you two disciples will never leave you. I'm in my books.
Thank you. Impromptu, but a wonderful class with a lot
Srila
of
Prabhupada.
Zoom land.
Hi, Krishna Leela. Wonderful class as always. I always look forward to hearing your prestigious pastimes from Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and the former acharyas. It's really amazing how you can give so much knowledge to our new devotees coming to our temple every day, Leela Nanda. Thank you very much for sharing everything with me, and I look forward to hearing your classes more and more in the future. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy if you enjoyed it. I always enjoy it myself.
Yes, very much so, Leela Nanda. It was a very nice class.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Leela Nanda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to add something? Otherwise, we're going to end where it's a little bit over time. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Jai. Gaura Premanandi Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, yes, Jai Govinda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
We don't see you.
For some reason, my camera